Well, hello, my YouTube friends. So I missed a day of work, so I might as well do something productive. You'll notice that I pulled that alternator magnet piece, whichever one it's called. I'll show you that later, how I did it. That's real easy. That stator right there, it does not have to be removed. And the only other seals on the inner primary case are around the main shaft and the starter jack shaft. I took the time to go ahead and remove the battery. When I put that back in, right, the battery goes right here. I'll show you that process, although I have a video showing that already. So that's out of the way. My next move is to go ahead and pull this inner primary case, and then we'll get to the heart of the matter and the real reason I'm going through all of this. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so I thought I might as well show you this. Now understand, I'm just some dude in the garage down on his hands and knees working on the floor, right? I ain't got no shop with a bunch of power tools and lifts and all that stuff. But what that does, or what this shows you, or what it can show you, if you think about it in a certain way, is that anyone can work on their bike. You know, even me, with the crudest of hand tools, can service his own motorcycle in the garage. And I'm going to throw away these washers with these tabs. You saw in the other video that I have more of them. So I got 2 bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4 that connect the inner case to the motor. And then I got 1, 2, 3 bolts that connect the inner case to the transmission. And I already loosened the starter, so this is kind of, but I tapped that tab right there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, no, you can't see it, but okay, so let me finish this. Hold on. All right, I set up the iPad. So I got to pull this off the starter jack shaft. I don't know why, what's going to come out after that. It's an 8mm. Took me a minute to find an 8mm, and you can see it's loose. So I'm going to try impacting it the good old-fashioned way. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on. All right, let's try that again with the 8mm. Hold that if I can. See, I'm not sure what I can clamp this with to hold that. I may have to get the book out again. Yeah, that's not working for me. All right, hold on. All right, I'm going to let you guys read the service manual with me. Under starter jack shaft removal / disassembly, disconnect the battery, did that. Remove the primary cover, did that. Remove the clutch assembly, did that. Okay, now right here, see figure 5-27. And that's this one right here. 3 items: lock plate and thrust washer, jack shaft bolt, and pinion gear. And that's these things right here. Okay, you'll kind of recognize that. So back to number 4, see figure 527. Hold pinion gear in place and remove the jack shaft bolt, lock plate, and thrust washer. Remove jack shaft from inner primary as an assembly. Okay, but it doesn't tell me how to hold the pinion gear in place. So when I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. Okay, hold on. All right, what you see here is a vice grip. I cut the finger off a leather glove, wrapped it around that gear, clamped the vice grip, you know, not too tight, but clamp that, and then I got this leather glove right here protecting this other shaft. So let's see if it works. Here comes the guy selling donuts. Okay, that was pretty painless, and that did work. All right, hold on. Okay, I unscrewed the bolt all the way. The shaft kind of moved as I did that. Let's see what happens now. That's the jack shaft bolt's really long. Okay, I guess that'll do. I'm going to see how that works when I slide the inner cover off after I loosen like all these bolts. All right, hold on. All right, you guys, I got all the bolts out, or at least loose. All right, got that one. There's 5 of these in total. Here's the other one. These 2 a little bit shorter. Oily. I already pulled the 2 outside bolts here. I already pulled the 2 bolts, the starter mounting bolts. I think all I got left is to slide it out off these. And that's rough, but I'm not worried about it because I have new seals. Hopefully I don't drop it. Here we go. You're watching it live or recorded live or whatever. You're seeing it as I do it. I hope I don't embarrass myself. Okay, now we know what the starter's going to do. There's that. I'll have to take a closer look at the replay and make sure I know which way that might go like that. Okay, now we can get at the heart of the matter. And you can kind of see it from there. I'm going to move the video camera around over here. I'm going to rest it right there, and here is my super greasy, oily, that's not helping things. I knew I should have moved that before touching the camera. So here's I'm gonna clean that up, and this is the reason for all the work. All right, hold on. All right, so I took it out and cleaned it up a little bit, hit it with some little bit of water and some dish soap, toothbrush, so it looks a little bit better now. You'll notice that there's a cut right here. Okay, that's because previously I took a hacksaw and opened this up a little bit. I cut this direction and I cut into that side right there. Because this piece right here, it's not pot metal, it's cast steel. And that is some tough metal right there. Now, so unless you think that, you know, I'm just doing it the hard way, I mean, I did not try to loosen this or tighten it. I mean, it is tight. It's as tight as I can get. With everything in place, right? You got the, the socket with the hex on the end, and you're coming down from the top right there, and you're trying to go like this and tighten it. It's already tight. You're trying to use this bolt right here to squeeze that together, and look how thick that is. That super thick steel right there. You're trying to get a clamp on it, and Not impossible, but it's extremely difficult to get that to clamp tight on there. So I'm going to loosen this up. I'm going to take this apart. I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to look at it. I kind of have a plan, maybe, with some wire or something. I got to figure out something so that thing just doesn't like do that endlessly forever. But that's what we're looking at. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I took the screw out. You can see it has machine threads, or fine thread, which clamps harder, or so I'm told. So that's out now. That should slide right off, right? Yeah, no. So I'm going to have to pry something in here, pry it apart, gain some clearance to get that thing off. And that's how difficult, that's how heavy duty, how strong this piece of steel is, how immovable that it should spring open, right? It should spring open and slide right off. But no, it doesn't move. That steel is so hard and so strong, no matter how much you try to turn this bolt, you cannot make it clamp. Right? You can't make it do anything. All right, hold on. So what I ended up doing was taking this nail set, pounding it in there with the hammer to spread that open. Now I'm going to clean it up, and I might have a plan. We'll see. Hold on. All right, so I put the shift lever in a vise, and I wanted to increase the gap right here. So I held the hacksaw sideways, right, and I cut, and then as I slowly, brought the angle up like this, and it dropped down more in there, I was able to increase the gap ever so slightly. I don't have a file that small to get in there. Hold on a second. And you can see I also put another cut on the outside diameter. It's a little bit deeper on that side than it is on that side. I might try to even that up a little bit, and then I'll see if I can get some extra clamping force through this method. Okay, hold on. All right, I slid that bad boy on there, and it slid on pretty good because I had pried it apart, and I tightened this thing as tight as I could by hand. Man, that hurt. So that's all I'm going to get out of that. But look at that, solid as solid can be. After all these years of that thing flopping around, doesn't move at all. So I'll zoom in. And it's that extra cut right there on the outside. Plus I cut that one a little bit deeper. So those two cuts. And then I gave myself some extra space in there. A few thousandths. And it clamps now. It's not loose at all. Look at that. So I'm going to call it a day. It's been a long day. Put together another part 4, whatever part we're on. I may even save this footage for a shifter lever specific video. All right, my friends, you have a good day.